Hi, good afternoon. How did you do in the examination? How did you do in the examination? This is the last serious examination, the last serious law entrance examination of the season. And I have been appearing for this test for the last 4 years. I appeared for it in 17, 18, 19 and 20. Okay, and the first and foremost, when it comes to the difficulty level of the examination, the difficulty level of the examination has remained more or less the same. Okay, there is hardly any difference. So whatever were the cutoffs last year, we at Grade Up believe that the cutoffs would remain more or less the same this year as well. There will hardly be any difference. Of course, there is one big assumption here. The assumption is the total number of applicants. The total number of applicants has remained the same. All right. Okay. So what all are we going to do here? What all are we going to do here? We have already done the first shift overview. Okay. And here in this session, we are primarily going to discuss questions which appeared in the first shift. And let me tell you, we should be able to discuss not less than 100 questions. We should be able to discuss not less than 100 questions, okay, across the sections, okay. And then when it comes to the second shift, we are going to do the analysis of the second shift as well at 3:30, okay. All right. This is something which you are fully aware of, okay, the breakup of the number of questions, all right. You're aware of this as well, that no sectional timing, total time is 120 minutes, no negative marking and all that. Okay, this is what we feel, logical and analytical reasoning, okay, in between moderate to difficult, all right, and that is something which we have been talking about here at Grade Up for a long time in most of our sessions, isn't that? Mathematical aptitude easier than what it was last year at least, for sure, okay, overall from easy to moderate I would say, okay, the way it always is, okay. English I would say easy, okay. And when it comes to the cutoff, for outside Maharashtra, the cutoff for the Government Law College Mumbai should be 116. Okay, 116 to 118. All right. Similarly, for ILS Pune, the cutoff should be 109 to 110. That is for outside Maharashtra category. Please keep that in mind. Okay. What else? Now let's look at the different sections. This is how the English was, okay. There were 2 passages as well, which is probably not given here. On error spotting, 4 questions, sentence rearrangement 3, fill in the blanks 3, phrase replacement 3, sentence correction 3, okay, bold letter replacement 3, and there were 10 questions on reading comprehension as well, okay. Please keep that in mind. There were 2 passages. I remember the passages as well. In one of the passages, they had talked about the impact of music, okay, the impact of music on your work, all right. And the other one was on, okay, in future, human beings would be replaced by machines for core service area, okay, all right. Now let's look at the GK awards. Oh, as many as 7 questions, many from the film industry. Current affairs, out of those 7, 4 from current affairs, static 6 questions, geography 2 questions, okay, history 4 questions, and out of those 4, at least 3 were very simple, okay, polity 2 questions, okay, all right. Now legal aptitude, all 40 questions were based on legal reasoning, okay, questions were one-liner mostly, and all the questions except one, had just one principle. There was just one question which had 2 principles, right? Okay. Now logical reasoning, this is how the section was. Okay, logical reasoning, this is how the section was. When it comes to mathematical ability, this is how it was. You had just 10 questions and we are going to discuss each of these 10 questions. So just do not worry. Okay. What else? Let's come to the questions. One of the questions was headquarters of the Zoological Survey of India, and the answer is Kolkata. One of the questions was the headquarters of The Zoological Survey of India, ZSI. The answer is Kolkata. Similarly, one of the questions was on the second battle of Panipat. All right. The second battle of Panipat was definitely fought between Hemu, okay, and the forces of Akbar. All right. Now, when it comes to the third question, there was a question on this investment of the US, right, or rather the World Bank, in order to improve learning outcome and prepare students for the jobs of the future in India. The World Bank sanctioned a loan under STARS project. What was the quantum of the loan? The answer is US dollar 500 million. I'm sure you got it right. I'm sure you got it right. Then there was one question on to whom was the International Gandhi Award for Leprosy awarded in 2020 under Indian nomination individual category. And the answer is Dr. N.S. Dharmashaktu. Dr. N.S. Dharmashaktu was the answer. Okay, the largest lake in Mizoram, okay, but situated in Myanmar as per the common saying is Rihdil. Okay, interestingly, this lake Rihdil is on the border of Mizoram and Myanmar. All right, please keep that in mind. Let's look at some more questions. Okay, Crystal Award presented at World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland to which Bollywood actress? The answer is Deepika Padukone. All right. Beyond that, you were asked this question also. BRICS Young Innovator Prize in 2019 to which Indian PhD scholar? The answer is Ravi Prakash. Okay. Then there was one question. Which South African country has elected Indian origin Chandrika Prasad Chan Santokhi as the 9th president? The answer is Suriname. Okay. I would want you to know that Suriname has more than 50% Hindu population. Okay. All right. Then there was a question on under PMEGP, what percent of subsidy for project up to 25 lakhs in manufacturing sector located in rural areas under special category beneficiaries? The answer is 25%. Okay. Then there was one very interesting question, okay, which is here. Election Commission offers online voter registration who have attained the age of 18 years on qualifying date and year of revision of electoral polls. That is on what is the qualifying date? Okay, you become eligible once you are 18 years of age. Okay, once you are 18 years of age. So the question is that on which date, okay, should it be 18 years of age? The answer is 1st of January of that year. Okay, answer is the 1st of January of that year. Okay, all right. Now let's look at a few more questions. This is something which we have discussed already. Okay. Now, here, who won the first Professor P.C. Mahalanobis National Award in Official Statistics? Okay. 2020. The answer is C. Rangarajan, the former RBI governor. I'm sure that P.C. Mahalanobis was one of the planners of India, right, or the planner of India. Okay, and is the founder of the Indian Statistical Institute, the famous, not that infamous ISI from Pakistan, but the famous ISI of India. Okay, he was the founder. Then in 2019, the cleanest temple in the country under the Swachh Bharat mission. Okay, it went to Somnath Temple, Gujarat. Okay, all right. Then who is the chairman of the State Bank of India? Of course, you know the answer, Rajneesh Kumar. All right. So these were the questions which appeared in the examination. So please keep checking your score and please do confirming if these questions were actually there in the examination. All right. Okay. Now let's look at a few more questions. We have already talked about all these questions. Okay. Now, Infosys prize to researchers and scientists in how many categories? The answer is 6. This was a slightly tricky question. Similarly, there was a question on Nelson Mandela International Day. Okay, on which day do we observe National Mandela International Day? The answer is 18th of July. Okay, then India's track and field legend P.T. Usha was conferred with the prestigious which award? The answer is IAAF Veteran Pin Award 2019. Okay. Then there was one question which was on OBC, Oriental Bank of Commerce and Union Bank of India. These two banks merged with which bank? The answer is PNB. Similarly, there was a question on this as well. Okay. That which ruler of Pratihara dynasty built the city of Bhopal? Okay. And the answer is Mihir Bhoj. There was only one option in which you had BHO, which was Mihir Bhoj, and that is the answer, Bhopal and Bhoj. Alright. Any doubt? Any doubt? Alright, so let's move from here. Then, Khajuraho group of temples is dedicated to two religions, Hinduism and Jainism. Okay. Incidentally, they had given two options as Sikhism and Islam. Okay, which anyone could have ruled out. Okay. Then you were left with Jainism and Buddhism. It's a good question. The answer is Jainism. Alright. This was, a slightly tricky question. Okay. Please do not visit the Khajuraho temple with your parents. Okay. Now, founder and the first emperor of Mughal dynasty in the Indian subcontinent. Of course, Babur. Okay, Babur. Alright. Now, according to the Reserve Bank of India, NBFCs, non-banking financial corporations, are registered under, of course, Companies Act 2013. The moment we say NBFC, C is for company. Okay, so had to be Companies Act 2013. Any doubt? Then a question on Assam enjoys global monopoly in terms of which silk? Muga silk. Okay. Alright, let's move from here. And I'm sure all of you have been able to watch all these questions, but still I will take you through these questions once again. Okay. So you can take screenshots. Those people who joined us late can take screenshots. Okay. Alright. So screenshot 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, let's proceed from here. Now, we are in quantitative aptitude. Quantitative aptitude section was easier than what it has been, or at least was much easier than how it was the last year. Okay, there are two persons, Ravi and Kishan. Distance between them is 300 meters and both approach towards each other. Okay, and the ratio of their speeds was asked and their velocities were given as 3 meters per second and 2 meters per second. Of course, the answer would be 3:2, undoubtedly. Okay. Alright. Then there was a caselet. Okay. A set of three questions. On what? On set theory. A total number of students in a class is 50. 80% of the students appear in at least one of the two examinations, A or B or both. Rest did not appear in the examination. 45% of the total students who attempted the exam appeared in only examination A. Alright, and in fact I had written this. So this was not 45%, this was 40%. So please be mindful of this. This particular figure was, this was 40%. Yes, this particular thing was 40%. Please keep that in mind. This was 40%. Okay, and in fact, I will make the figure for you. Alright, so that you are able to recall the answers. This is A, this is B, this figure was 36, this was 4, and this was 40. This answers all the three questions which you had on the set theory. Please keep that in mind. Only A 36, only B 40, and both 4. Alright. So this is how this set was. Let's proceed from here. Okay. Now, of course, they had asked this as well. The respective ratio between the number of students appeared for only exam A and only exam B. The answer would be 9:10. Why? Because 36% students appeared for only exam A and 40% students appeared for only exam B. So, of course, the answer was 9:10. Any doubt? And if you're enjoying the session, if you're getting to know about the questions which you faced in the examination, please do like and share it. Please do like it and share it with your friends. Okay, let them know how they have performed in the examination. Share it with your foes as well. Okay, all right. Similarly, there was a question on this, that rupees X is divided into A, B and C. The ratio in between A and B is 5:6 and in between A and C is 3:2. If A receives rupees 840 rupees, then what is the value of X? It was 2,408. It was rupees 2,408. Okay. Now, there was one more question, and many people got slightly confused here because you were asked not about the interest but about the amount. Ram invested in scheme A. Principal amount is 15,000 rupees, time 2 years. After 2 years, the interest earned from scheme A. The interest earned from scheme A would be 10% into 2, 20%. 20% of 15,000 would be 3,000. Then this is again invested, and this time at a simple interest of 5%. In 2 years, the simple interest would be 10% of 3,000, which is 300. So overall amount, not the principal. Okay, not the interest, the amount, that is principal plus interest would be what? That is what was asked. The answer is 3,300. Okay, all right, let's move from here. Okay, now you had this question as well. Two persons, Ramesh and Suresh. Ramesh can complete a work in 8 days and Suresh can complete it in 12 days. They both started together, but after 3 days, Ramesh left. The remaining work was completed by Suresh. Okay, find the total number of days in which the work was completed. The answer was 7.5 days. Okay, 3 days plus 4.5 days, 7.5 days. This was the answer. All right. Okay, next. Okay. On a rectangle, the ratio of length and breadth, which is 5:3, and the area is 135 centimeter square. Okay, so what will be the length and breadth? Doesn't matter actually. You never needed to calculate. The length is increased by 20%, but breadth is constant. So area will also go up by 20%. The original area is 135. If you add 20% to this, 1/5 of 135 would be 27. 135 plus 27 would be 162, which was the answer, right? Okay. Similarly, there was this question. A shopkeeper marked 30% price above the cost price and gave the discount of 20%. The total gain is rupees 22. Find the marked price. Answer was 715. I will tell you how. Your cost price is 100. You mark it up by 30%. It becomes 130 and then you give a discount of 20%. So 20% of 130 will be 26. So ultimately your selling price is 104. Okay. So 4% is equivalent to how much? 22 rupees. So of course the 100% would be equivalent to 550. So 550 plus 30% of 550, which is 165, gives you 715. Any doubt? Okay. Harsh Jan is saying, feel the question paper was easy. It indeed was. Okay, the only problem was that attempting all 50 questions in the given time could be slightly tricky. Okay, all right. Okay, now you had this question as well. In a class, out of the total number of students, 55% passed in math. If 55% passed in maths, of course 45% failed. Okay, so 10%, right? 10% is the difference. The difference between passed and failed in math exam is 4. So if 10% is 4, find the total number of students in the examination. Of course 40. The answer was 40. Okay. Now Riya Mishra is saying, no any direction, I only study not good. I do not know, Riya, what you're talking about. Okay. Pranjal Bharadwaj is saying, and my grandmother is professor in University of Delhi. What it has to do with this session? Okay, please. We have great respect for your grandmother, but kindly concentrate on these questions which appeared in the examination today. All right. Now we are going to discuss a few questions, okay, from your favorite legal reasoning section. Okay. So here there was one question. Whoever drives a vehicle is legally bound to take reasonable care of the vehicle. All right. And a person gave his vehicle to repair. Okay. owner of the workshop who is testing the speedometer hit a vegetable seller. Okay, so whosoever drives the vehicle. All right, so of course, so who committed this mistake? The person who was driving the vehicle. It was simple. Okay, all right. Now the options were both X as well as the owner, which is incorrect. X is liable. Okay, that also is incorrect. X was the owner, he was not driving. Okay, both, just a sec, gave his vehicle to repair. Owner of the X, owner of the workshop. Okay, X is the owner of the workshop. Only X is liable. Only X is liable. I thought that X was the owner of the vehicle. Okay, X is the person who was driving the vehicle, so only X is liable. Okay, only X is liable. All right. Okay. Let's move to only X is liable, mind you. Let's move to the next question. A person is not entitled to damages when he acquiesces to the act which caused injury to him. All right. A snake charmer was showing snake dance on the street. B stopped and also joined the gathering. Okay. And a snake bit B. Okay. The snake charmer will not be liable because if you decide to watch such a show, okay, in a way, you are giving your, you are ready to take the risk. Okay, so snake charmer is not liable. All right, let's move to the next question. Trespassing does not require intention. As long as a person enters into another person's property without a lawful justification, it is trespass. Okay, there was this old person who has weak eyesight. Okay, he walked into Z's garden. Okay, scaring the rabbits that were grazing there. Is M guilty of trespass? Okay, they created a story for you in which M is depicted as a weak person. Okay, so of course you get some sympathy for M. All right. Option B talks about no, M did not intend to trespass. In trespass, as per the principle given here, intention does not even matter. Okay. All right. Option A says M did not cause any harm. It has nothing to do with harm. Okay. So option C is correct. Even though he entered unknowingly, but so what? The principle says that if you enter, you enter. Is a case of trespass. So answer would be C. Of course, we haven't put the options in this order. All right. In the order in which the options appeared in the examination. All right. Okay, next. Any person who provides service to others is bound to ensure that services without any, that the service does not have, okay, any deficiency. So what happens here? That a person was walking, okay, on the footpath. Okay, so whosoever had prepared the footpath should have taken reasonable care. Okay. So, and that person's wife falls down on the pavement, on that footpath. Okay. Can he sue the corporation which built the footpath? Of course, yes. Of course, yes. Of course, yes. All right. Let's move to the next question. Even if a person suffers a loss, he will be entitled to receive compensation only if a legal right is violated. If you suffer a loss, okay, but your legal right is not violated, okay, then you are not entitled to compensation. A famous maths teacher of X school left the school due to rift with the management. He started a new Z school very close to school X. Many students left school X and joined Z school. X school suffers huge financial loss. That's okay. Okay. But no legal right of school X is hurt. Okay. So X school management will not succeed as there is no violation of any legal right. Okay, in business, why would the maths teacher not start his school? You cannot stop him. Okay, so losses were there, but no violation of any legal right. Okay, so whatever we have put here was the answer. Let's move to the next question. A person missing for long and not heard for 7 years is presumed to have died. So here the third brother, okay, had not reported in the last 8 years. So he was presumed to have died. Okay, which is absolutely okay. Now, there were 4 options. So I do not remember the options, but here the answer would be that this person the person who was presumed to be dead will have to go to court to get himself declared as alive, okay, and then he can have his claim over the property, which is absolutely okay. There was one such option, okay. Let's come to this. Terms and conditions are uncertain, okay. If terms and conditions are uncertain in a what agreement, that agreement is voidable, okay. All right. A trader in edible oil agrees, okay, to sell 300 liters of oil on 3rd November 2020. Okay, but edible oils can be of many kind. Which edible oil? That was not clear. Okay, that was not clear. So agreement, so here the answer, you had 4 options. We unfortunately do not have all the 4 options here. Okay, so of course that was incorrect. Option A was incorrect. Agreement is valid and enforceable. That was certainly incorrect. Okay, agreement is uncertain as regards the price. As regards the price, it was certain. Whatever price would appear in the Times of India, okay, would be the price. Then there was one option which says that the agreement is uncertain as regards, okay, the material. Of course, there can be so many kinds of edible oil. That was nowhere mentioned. All right, and that would be the correct answer. Let's come to this question. Partners introduced into the firm only with the consent of all existing partners. This question was also slightly tricky. Okay. Now here, A, B, C, D are the partners. Okay. And in their partnership deed, they had agreed that A is authorized to admit his son S into partnership when S attains the age of 18. Okay. A nominated S as a partner and S agreed to become a partner. Of course, his agreement is also important. But B, C and D returned to, okay, rather refused to recognize S as partner. Please do not mind the typos, okay. So, B, C and D, now they refuse. But what is the principle, okay? Partners can be introduced into the firm only with the consent of all existing partners, okay. And all the existing partners, they are not giving the consent now. Okay, so S will not be considered a partner. All right. Okay, let's move to the next question. A person shall be liable for commission or omission of an act which he can foresee, okay, would injure his neighbor. A's dog, okay, A's dog chased, or rather A had a dog and his neighbor chased the dog, okay, who was left to walk in the area. All right, and ultimately the dog bites the neighbor, and it was known to the owner of the dog that the dog is, okay, dog was not very balanced. All right, so here the answer was that the owner of the dog would be liable for damages. All right, okay, let's come to question number 10. Master is liable for the acts of his servant done in the course of employment. Master was be liable for the acts of his servant or agent done in the course of employment. Of course, vicarious liability. Stud is the driver. Danny was the driver. Okay. Danny was the driver of Stud and lived in his premises. Okay. What happens once that Danny goes back, okay, and beats his wife? Okay. What his wife does, that she actually expects some damages from Stud as well. Okay, is Stud liable? No, he is not. The most important phrase is here that the master is liable for the acts of his servant done in the course of the employment. Okay, what the driver Danny did, okay, after reaching his home, even if that was in the premises of the owner or rather his master, okay, that would have no bearing on the result. It was beating of his wife was not done in the course of the employment. So Stud is of course not liable. All right. Okay. Now we have already discussed lots of questions with you. Okay. And now we are going to come with the analysis of shift 2 at exactly 3:30. All right. So please get back to us at 3:30. We shall combine the questions as well as the analysis of both the shifts, okay, and present them to you. All right. And what else? Which are the upcoming courses on Grade Up or class? Okay. So please keep one thing in mind, that CLAT 2021, a comprehensive course, okay, the enrollments have already begun on 7th of October. All right. And what is the date today? Today is 11th of October. Okay. And what all sessions have already taken place? Lessons from CLAT 2020 for CLAT 2021. How to prepare for the new legal reasoning. Wow. How current is the general knowledge and the current affairs? Okay. This session was taken on October 9. The logic behind the logical reasoning, which in my opinion is more or less reading comprehension. Okay. This session was taken on October 10. To repeat or not to repeat. Okay. This session will either be taken or has been taken already today. So either way, please do watch it. Oh, scholarship worth 4.5 lakhs and up to 100% scholarship. Good. Go for it. Do not miss the scholarship test for CLAT 2021 is on 12th of October. Tomorrow. Okay, so you have lots of time to prepare. You have already appeared for a good number of examinations. And even if you're in class 11 now, okay, take your chance. I'm sure you have been preparing. Appear for the test tomorrow. Make it a point to appear for the test tomorrow, even if you're not prepared. Okay, do not shy away from taking a test. All right. What else? Whatever courses, wonderful courses we keep talking about, like you have courses for CLAT, okay, and courses for ALED, MHCET, the very examination which we have discussed here in this session. Okay, all these courses for these law entrance examinations are available on Grade Up Super. What all do you get with this? Structured live courses. Okay, live the way I'm live to you in this session. Okay, full syllabus coverage, complete doubt resolution, and expert faculty, of course. Of course. And what can be the period of the subscription? It can be 24 months, 12 months, and even a month. Okay, that's an information. All right. Oh, I see. Good number of grade up students have got good ranks in CLAT 2020. Okay, AIR 69, AIR 83, AIR 96, AIR 139, AIR 299. And mind you, Grade Up started its coaching, okay, for CLAT this year itself. Okay, we didn't have many students this time, and despite that, there are good number of students who have got success. Okay, and students have got success. Why? Okay, the answer is here on the screen. Who are the faculty members? Shurujit Bhaduri from NLU Gandhinagar, Shantanu Jha from NLS Bangalore, and in fact, he himself had AIR All India rank 47, okay, on CLAT. Then Devdi, who had got All India rank 20 in the entrance examination of NLSIU Bangalore back in 2006. Okay, CLAT was introduced only in 2008, please. Then Prashant Pandey, okay, your favorite GK teacher, who is from Ram Manohar Lohia National Law University, Lucknow. Who else? Savitri, Sanojam, Naveen, three of them put together have more than 50 years of experience. Ashutosh Gupta, Ankit Sharma, Pranab Pant. Okay, what else you want? So just go for Grade Up Super. Okay, and please do not forget to come back to us at 3:30. Okay, hardly any time from now. Prep smart, score better, go Grade Up, and all the best for the results. Thank you.